Hello everybody, today we're gonna sow some carrots and sow some spring onions. We're also going to clear 2 last beds, but I'm not going to show you that in detail because we've seen that before. And we're going to work on my compost, and we're going to take all of the greens that we've made from the green manure and we're going to mix it with some brown. So I've got some brown paper that we collected up, and then there's a little bit of compost in the bottom from like last year, and I'm going to mix all that through and see if we can actually make a good batch of compost. Oh well, this one has been covered for 1 month. Let's have a look underneath and see what's going on. Chuck these off. Well, this looks lovely. Can't tell that there's anything growing in it before. I'm just going to clear out a few of these twigs, and then we'll put some carrots in it. First thing of the year. Get them going. I think I'm going to do two rows. So I'm starting with 2 rows down here, and it's going to be around about the thickness of the top of this hose width in between the 2 rows. South is that way, so I'm running my rows down here. So I'm going to run 1 down here. And another one there. And then I'm going to be doing succession sowing for the rest of more carrots. Every 2 weeks I'm going to put some in until the end. And then I'm going to rip them all out and put in some autumn ones. Nothing exciting, just some SUTTONS there. Just going to cover them over a little bit. And wait and see. Well, here's going to be my spring onion patch, and I'm going to do succession sowing again. So I'm starting with just half a row. So let's just put a little groove in, give us a line. There, and let's sprinkle a few of these in. Try not to spill them all over the place. I've had to give it a little bit of a dampen down. Let's pop a few of these in here. More at the end. Just move them over, give them a little press down, and that should do the job. Nice. Right, so let's have a look at what we have here. This is what I've just ripped out now. Here we've got some fresh kitchen scraps. Bag of brown paper. Let's have a look in here. So this is the stuff that we did 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to move all this into the big one, which just got my brassica trimmings in from last time I cleaned it out. So that started to rot down. Quite nice, really. So we're going to mix this, and the very bottom of this, which is all the old kitchen scraps. There's tons of worms in there. So where are we going to get down? There we go. Wow, there's loads of worms. There we go, and then that down is kitchen scraps. Let's get busy. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to break up some of the thick brassica stalks. And the tap's back on, which is pretty good, but I've forgotten to bring my end for the hose, so glamorously using a stick. Some of the things that you find in your compost. Through this time. Boxes. I always wondered what browns you actually had to put in, and then somebody just said brown paper. So I've been collecting this. So let's have a little look at this. So I filled it up with all the green manure and then topped it off with the nearly finished compost that was at the bottom of the last bin. So there's some good worms and stuff, and this bit's all really well broken down actually. So this kind of caps it, and then I'm going to chuck a little bit of Landscape Factory on top to keep some moisture in. Hopefully that'll work. Alright, cool, let's come back in 6 months or something. Let's do a quick little plot tour. So we've got some Romanesco still growing here, which this one might possibly finally give us a cauliflower. It might be the world's smallest cauliflower, but I might get one. The pigeons are still eating this early sprouting broccoli. They're getting really well fed. Look at this one. I've got some better netting at home, but I was waiting for next year's brassica bed to put anything in. So if we can just get down here. These ones are coming. Probably get killed by the frost. The rhubarb's starting to do something. This one. This one's started really tiny. This one's already put up one thing, but it got eaten by the, it got mullered by the frost. And then this one's coming. This is a great bit of planting. I've got 3 different kinds and I mix them up when planting, so I don't know what's what. And strawberry beds, not doing much to yet. Here we've got the daffodils come up nicely. The garlic started to sprout, but the shallots haven't yet. Been in a month, bit worried there. Cool, so that's all my jobs done for the beginning of March. Most of the stuff's actually happening at home. So we've planted some carrots at the plot, and we've done some spring onions, and we sorted out the compost heap, and we cleared 2 beds, which are going to be proper onions, and that one's going to be peas down there. So let's have a look at what's going on at home. So I'm back home and I'm making myself a sausage and egg butty. But let's just have a look at what's going on this shelf. So I planted some sweet pepper seeds straight from a pepper that we got from the lovely Aldi, staying classy, and they've just come up beautifully. I don't know if the originals were F1s or anything like that, so let's see if some of these, this is going to be like a window plant for the rest of the season. And then here we've got a nasturtium that I started in December just to see if the collected saved seeds from last year worked, but it's worked delightfully. So we'll plant this out probably in the backyard at some point. So now we're up in the loft, which is the coolest room in the house, and this is a north facing window, and it's where I'm chitting the potatoes that I got on potato day from the allotment. So here, with CC on it, they're CARA, and then some pink gypsies. So it's Sultana, NICOLA, and some Maris Pierre. So we've got some earlies, second earlies, and then some main crop. Cool, let's have a look at these little chits going on. See, this one here I had upside down. See how they're all white? And then the good chits are these purple coloured ones here, because they've seen the light and they're not hunting. Though these are fine, these will purple up. Cool, so the earlies are going to go in middle of March. St. Patrick's Day is the classic early potato day, and then I'm probably going to do middle of April for the main crops. But this year I'm going to cover them with a bit of fleece, because last year they got bit by that frost with the frost saints in the end of May. Alright, let's have a look at my propagation bits. One sec. So here we've got the first batch of onions that we planted. This is early February, and they've gone a bit leggy. It didn't help that I had them downstairs for the last 5 days, because we're in terraced housing and the sunshine, and the sun's quite low at the moment, so it gets out of the way. So I'm giving them some extra light from one of my LED panels. Alright, then up top, one of the joys of actually having your own house is you can do stupid things like put a high shelf in the highest window. So this is a southerly facing window. Let's just have a little bit more light. Cool. So these are the second lot of onion that I did, and this was middle of February, and they're doing quite well. In here we've got some artichokes going on there, and here, oh, this is new to me, the pea has just popped its head up. So these ones are some really fancy ones, which we only got 30 seeds of from real seeds, and these are a purple snap pea. And then on the far side, we have got some lettuce germinating. It's going in a month. These were all planted sown the beginning of this month. I'll do that properly. And here we've got the main peas, which I don't think we've had any action on, which is one of them's Mons 2 and one of them is Champion of England, also from Real Seeds. So that's where we're up to with the home department. Ta-ra!